Good morning, folks. It is Wesley Van Devender with ALGWOutdoors. And no, I'm not gone. I haven't posted for a little while. I haven't had much time to get out and go fishing. So today is Monday, Labor Day. So I'm going to try to get some fishing in this morning. There's a website that I check for my area. It's called larrysfishinghole.com. And right in the middle of the screen, it has a little scrolling tracker. And today, September 4th through the 8th, supposed to be some good fishing. Just thought I'd plug this website real quick because I check it just about every time I go fishing. I think it's most of the dates that are recommended are based on the old lunar calendar, which, always been hit or miss with me. But yeah, this is my first time for a little bit, maybe almost 2 weeks of actually fishing and filming. So I'm gonna get out there here in a few minutes and get set up. I'm at the location where the last time I was here, well, every time I've been here, early in the morning, I've hooked up in this one specific spot. Largemouth bass, anywhere between 2 pounds and almost 6 pounds. So I'm at this spot again, and I'm gonna see if I can do the same thing. So see if he's, the weather's cooled off here a little bit in central Illinois. I don't know if these fish are still, gonna be in that same spot. Maybe they've moved to deeper water. I don't know. This isn't, this is just a pond in the middle of town. So it's a good enough size. Hopefully it hasn't cooled off too much. Hopefully these fish are still near that bank, and hopefully that big one is still near that bank. So I will get back with you guys. See you soon. Okay, I've been to about 3 different spots on this pond so far, and I'm at a totally different section, just casting straight over to that power pole, and got my first one on right now on the Whopper Plopper monkey butt color 130 size. I actually had my camera a little ways away from me because it's kind of windy, and I put my tackle bag on top of my rod so I could go grab my stand so the fish wouldn't drag my rod into the water. Just a little guy, about a pound or so. Hooked him good. He almost paid me back. I got him in those near his gills, and he almost caught me. Guy, get him back in the water. Smells like bass. Alright, see you again. Okay, so we were back in the car. Caught that one largemouth bass here at this location. Gonna cruise down the road, around the corner, and then turn again. And I'll give you a little hint. I'm gonna go fish at a pond that's near a store where you can save big money. So I'm out here at my second location, and as soon as I pull up a spot to fish, I see that. It's a sad thing to see. And hopefully I'll catch them and keep them alive. Okay, so right after showing you that dead bass that's by the pipe, I go to make my first cast with a whopper plopper, and it just kept going. My line snapped, and that is because at the first pond I was fishing at, I was fishing along some tall reeds, and I had a bite. Well, the fish, must have been small enough it couldn't grab the lure, so I missed it. So another cast or two later, and I casted over the tops of the reeds, and I went to yank my lure over the tops of the reeds to bring it back to the bank, and it got caught in the reeds. Well, I finally got it out of there, checked my line, no frays, nothing like that, and that's when I moved out to where I'm at now. First cast, boom, line snaps. So just a friendly reminder, you get into some thick stuff, don't be stubborn, cut your line, retie, and that's about a $13 lure that's out there floating in this pond. Hopefully with the wind it'll make it to the bank at some point today. Maybe I'll come back out and see if I can grab it, but take some advice, don't be stubborn, retie. Alright, I am at the third and final spot that I'll probably fish today, unless I go out later today with Liam. The old home improvement store didn't pan out. The only fish I saw was the dead one that you guys saw, and that's where I lost the whopper plopper. So I got a Bass Pro Shops laser eye, the egg tied on, and I've had luck with it here earlier in the season, so we're gonna try it again. See it. Guy, probably about 15 feet off the bank, came out, smacked that egg. So get him released and get back to you. First one at this other pond. Well, I am currently fighting number 2 at this pond. He's not much of a fighter. Another good little bass. One thing about that egg, it's about as good hookup on the egg as it is the whopper plopper. They get that. Unless they're big enough to spit it out, these little ones, they usually get hooked with both trebles. So there's the second one for this pond. There is number 3, just a few minutes later. I got this one out of the water because the last fish I caught, number 2 at this pond, he, by the time I got him up, he almost threw the hook. The hook was in his bottom lip, and both treble hooks were in the bottom lip, and the hole they put in his mouth, he almost threw it. So I'll get him up. Here's another one. None of them are big, but I think I've got a little pattern figured out. I'm casting just to the right off those trees to keep me out of it because of the wind, but catching numbers but no size. No, if I can keep up with numbers, that's fine with me. Now folks, I did not notice this when I first brought this fish up. Look at that gash. Something took a bite out of him a while back. I don't know what that was, but man, he got smacked by something. Okay, I got me another one. So what I've done is I'm on the opposite side of that bank I was just fishing. I don't know if you guys can see that tree that I was using as a point. I'm on the opposite side now, and I cast right just outside the mouth where this flows in, and thinking the bass are, just sitting there, see if those bait fish, if there's any back there, are, the old theory, wind will blow the bait fish up against the banks, and so far seems to be working. So I'll take numbers, fine with me. There's another one. I foul hooked him though. Another largemouth. This hyper little fella, he hit just about 6 to 8 feet right off the bank. I was just about to call it quits, and this will probably be my last fish. Yeah, he was right off there, probably about, like I said, 6 to 8 feet off the bank. Oh. Welcome back, folks. I'm just out in the garage back home. It's a little windy outside and Gabe's not feeling too well inside, so just thought I'd do my outro out here. Turned out to be a pretty good day of fishing. I mean, didn't catch anything big, but at least I got some numbers. Lost my whopper plopper, but oh well, stuff happens. Hopefully I'll be able to cruise back out to that pond maybe later today or something like that, and I'll find it on the bank. It'd be pretty sweet. So learned to retie my line after getting snagged up pretty good. Just because you feel mono and you don't feel little abrasions or doesn't feel rough or whatever, doesn't mean that at some section of that line, a foot or less, that it's not rubbed somewhere. Also, put to the test whether or not the fish on that pond that I originally was targeting, the big one in the corner, had already moved deep. I mean, I don't know, just I haven't been out to that pond and fished that early for quite some time, so who knows, may have been moved deep into the deeper water. Somebody might have caught it and they're gonna stick it on their wall, who knows. Also tried the old experiment, not intentionally, but you hear all the time about, throw in the direction, or throw where the wind's blowing to. If it's blowing up against the bank, then supposedly the bait fish are gonna be moving in, getting blown into that bank, and bass might be sitting there getting ready to ambush them. So that seemed to work out all right for me. Had a good day, like I said. Not too bad day of bank fishing. So like, subscribe, comment, whatever you want to do. Heck, you can even dislike. Doesn't matter to me. Haters gotta hate. That's it. But enjoy the rest of your Labor Day. Get out and do something, and enjoy the grasshoppers. Liam, what'd you find?
Some grasshoppers. See?
This is all while we were out cleaning out the car.
Yeah, then we found some stuff that we can find those guys. Right? So, you have a cool grasshopper, buddy.